Hi everyone and welcome to a quick video on my Canon EOS 6D ISO performance. I'm just going to quickly talk about the ISO performance on the 6D. As you know, if you've been watching my channel, you'll know that I changed my second camera to a Nikon D7100. And I'm absolutely loving it. So I've decided to sell my Canon EOS 6D, which I got a few weeks ago, and maybe about 8 weeks ago, go for the Nikon D750 full frame. Now, I've not sold the Canon EOS 6D because there's anything wrong with it, because I'll tell you now, it's an absolutely awesome camera. It really is a top camera. The ISO performance that's what I bought it for more than anything, was the ISO performance. And the ISO performance is absolutely outstanding. Really, really is superb. And I'll show you some images in a minute, raw files. Sure, I mean, I've done a slight tweak to them, but no noise removal or anything like that. So the noise that you're going to see, or how bad the image looks, it'll be out of the camera. My review of it, I could have gone into the buttons and everything like that, but to be fair, if you're a Canon user and you've got a 50D, 60D, a 70D, none of that really changed in the body. All it is it's just a full frame sensor with much better ISO performance. That's how an upgrade over the 60D would be, is the ISO performance absolutely wipes a 60D for dust, and it's a full frame sensor. And that's really all I can say. It's got a couple more focus points. There is only one cross-type focus point, but I'll tell you now that I think it's rated at something like -2 or -3 EV. So it's really, really sensitive. It's actually better than the center focus point on the 5D Mark III. I was going to buy the 5D Mark III, but the difference in money, I decided not to, because the ISO performance is the exact same, so there's no difference there, apart from you get a bigger body. I'm not going to go into the differences between the 5D Mark III anyway, but the ISO performance is the same. So if you can't afford the 5D Mark III and you still want the same image quality, then the 6D is for you. I'll just talk about it for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, and then we'll jump onto a few images. I can highly recommend it. It's a fantastic camera. It works well. It feels nice to hold. It's nice and light. The image quality that comes out of it is outstanding. It's really strange because when you put your lenses that you've already got, like the 50 and the 85 and the 70-200, which I've owned for a while now, the L lenses and the prime lenses, they've never looked as good till I put them on this full frame. And when I look at video that comes out of this full frame camera, it's absolutely, the way it renders the background and the blur, the bokeh, is absolutely spot on. I mean, you look at the images, they just look pristine. They look absolutely spot on, which makes sense because it's a full frame sensor, so the sensor's twice as big, so it's capturing a lot more detail. If you think about it, on the crop frame sensor with the same lens, it's like zooming in from, say, 25% in Photoshop to maybe 40%. So the image looks clearer on a full frame than it does on a crop. Anyway, let's jump into the ISO performance and let's take a couple of look. I'll just go full screen here so you can see it full screen. Now, I'll leave it full screen for a second, as on my monitor it's 32 inch. And that looks like there isn't any noise. It looks like ISO 200 or something like that to me. But if we just knock the full screen off, you'll see that it's ISO 6400. I'll just do a before and after for you, just to show you that I just give it a quick tweak. And, oh, I don't know why that masking's like that. But you can see there's no noise reduction whatsoever. That is ISO 6400 out of the camera. And that is absolutely outstanding. If I had this sort of quality a year ago when I had my Tamron 70-300 5.6, I wouldn't have had to sell it. I could have kept it, but I will tell you now that I've got f2.8 lens, so that's where ISO at 3200 would have been even better. But to be honest, the ISO on the image quality is breathtaking. Then if we go to another 6400 there, another six. I'll just. Sorry about that. I'm recording on my Tascam. I've just knocked it over. I'll just hide the tabs. 6400 again. Now I want to stop here and just go full screen on this image, and you'll see that that's just gone from. Let me just go back from full. You'll see that all I did with that one, the white balance was a bit awful, so I just knocked it to black and white. But let's go to full screen. I mean, look at that. That is out of the camera, no noise reduction whatsoever. ISO 128,000. I mean, look at the back here in these underexposed shadows. And I mean, look at it. That's like what? ISO 1600 or something like that. Maybe 1250 on a 60D or a 70D. It's absolutely outstanding. Now, not only are we looking at the ISO performance, you can see me really dragging that shutter there, look. By the way, I was on a monopod, for anybody wondering, and I did take a few shots to get this one. I didn't really want to go to ISO 256,000, although looking at this, I probably could have done, no problem. But another thing that I'm finding out is, I mean, look at the quality of the image. It doesn't seem to lose any dynamic range. And usually, I don't know if you know this, but when you're pushing your ISO up on your camera, not only are you looking for grain, but you're looking for, usually when I'm editing, I've noticed it more on video, but it does happen on pictures. Like if I was at video now on the here, like now you can't see any grain at 6400. It looks absolutely spot on. Let's just do a before and after. It looks absolutely spot on. You just can't see any whatsoever at 6400, and it's the same on video. If that were video, that would be the quality there you're seeing in the video. But what happens is on the APC size sensors, when you start colour correcting and colour grading, you notice that the skin tones, you just can't seem to get a really nice skin tone. But on the full frame, it's just absolutely, and the blacks, if you look at that, I mean, I don't know if you've got a calibrated screen, but the blacks and the colours and the contrast, I mean, look at that ISO 5000, absolutely crystal clear. ISO 4000, you can see why I've chose a lot of black and white. ISO 8000, ISO 8000, and it's just the dynamic range is still there, the colours are still there, and it just looks absolutely spot on. And I can honestly say to anybody looking for a full frame camera that can't afford the 5D Mark III, that wants a good quality still and video camera to do some video. Yes, it doesn't autofocus, but it can still do perfectly good video. I've done loads of video clips. I'll just, if I can just come out of it, and I can probably just show you a couple of clips, but I don't know how well they're going to look, because I'm just going to play them, so they'll probably stutter. But when I went to this, where are we, Tosca, if I just go in here, you'll see some of the 6D cameras. Now these are going to step. I know this is going to step. I'm not saying it's not, but like that video there, now it might be a bit steppy, but that video there is done at ISO 3200 or 6400. Can you see any noise? Look at his jacket. It's absolutely perfect. 3200, 6400, again, 3200 video, 4000 video, and that's me wobbling the camera. But you can actually see the quality is outstanding. So I'll say it again, then I'm going to get off. If you're looking for an outstanding camera that takes outstanding stills, outstanding video, and has got outstanding ISO performance, you're not going to go wrong with a 6D. I know it's only got 11 focus points, but the centre one focuses, I think it's down to -2, -3 EV, so it focuses in near enough pitch black, and the focus is spot on, and the camera is absolutely spot on. Really is good. If you've got, I mean, obviously I were using quite good glass there. I don't know how to look if you use cheaper glass, but I'm sure if you've got slightly slower lenses, that the ISO performance is going to help you out. Because when you first start doing weddings and stuff like that, you ain't got the best lenses, so something like the 6D is really going to help you out, because you're going to get great ISO performance. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe.